Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your bonus read. Okay, bonus read. We're going to use the Jour de Vivre Tarot for this reading, and I'll crack the new deck for tomorrow. If you want to learn tarot, I'm going to have a tarot group in March. I have to check on the date for that too, because I feel like it's fairly close. I only have a couple of people in that, so if you're interested, I'm doing it over Zoom. So let me know if you're interested in joining us for that. I think I put it down for $80 per person Australian, and that would be for half a day. I can't offer you lunch though because it's on Zoom. Well, I could offer you a picture of lunch, but I'm sure you will have great company. I know a couple of the people who are taking part this time around. It is a beginners group, so let me know if you're interested and I'll let you know the details. Okay, let's see what's going on in the Jour de Vivre world here. The energies are beautiful this morning. They're very, very soft. We have the World card coming through. The World card is a card that talks about the end of the cycle in the tarot deck. So the cycle goes through all of the cards and comes around to the World as being the last card. And that is the journey in the major arcana. It starts with the Fool, it finishes with the World, and all the other cards come in. And if you have a look at them like that, you will see the story. When the World comes in, it says that there is something completed here, something that is finished, something that is done, something that you have learned all the lessons in. And it's time to move into your next cycle. But this time you will walk into the next cycle vibrating differently because you've learned the lessons of the past. Now, I always say to people, you can learn the lessons and not do any work on yourself. They may take a little longer than would be right for you. But if you choose to be really invested in your own learning, you can actually make these cycles move a little bit more quickly. So it's sort of like you understanding that you need to raise your vibration to have yourself in a place where you can attract what is rightfully yours. And that is your lesson in this lifetime. So when the World comes through, what she says to me is this is the end of some sort of cycle for you. You are ready to move to the next phase, to the next cycle of tarot. So you will start again at the Fool. All right, and this is a love offer. So for many of you, completing this cycle means now that love will come to you. Maybe you've changed the way you see yourself. Maybe in that cycle you've learned very strongly about self-love. But it looks as though somebody is coming in to offer you love as well. So it may be now that you're vibrating where you need to be to get love to come in. Wow, so we're getting all love readings this morning. All right, so we have the Six of Coins. Somebody really wants to invest in you. So it may be somebody that you've already met here. You may have closed out a cycle with someone here. So it could be that you've walked away from something. Maybe you've realized your value here and walked away from something. Because you're bringing in new love here. At least I feel like it's new love because somebody here is ready to invest in something. And the Six of Pentacles, oh wow, okay. Maybe for some of you, this is about self-love. Maybe you are ready to receive now. Maybe you're ready to create with the universe here. So for some of you, it may be not so much finding love with someone else, but finding love of self through completing some sort of cycle here. Because this love here is now going to have you co-creating with the universe with the Nine of Pentacles here. Oh, very nice. So you're about to start learning from what you have learned, from the cycle you've been on. You are learning now how to work with the universe. And that means time for manifestation. All right, let's see where we're going. All right, Six of Cups coming through. I feel like this is representing some sort of lesson here that you may have carried around from childhood. This is some sort of energy, past trauma, past life energy that you've been carrying around for a long time, and perhaps you've only just started to understand how to unravel yourself. Thank you. How to unravel yourself So there is something here that you were wrapped up in. Could be social conditioning, could be the way you saw the world. There is something here you are unraveling to see the true you. Ooh, nice. All right. We have the King of Swords coming through with the Page of Swords. A lot of you here, look at this. A lot of you have been doing your homework here. A lot of you have been doing a lot of work on yourself. I really want to say to you, it is so clear in the cards this morning how hard you have been working. There's very much this energy of understanding how to move on from things, how to cut things out, how to see things more clearly. Some of you may have had that similar sort of awakening or epiphany moment as I did yesterday. And there is this really strong realization here. The Eight of Coins tells me that you've been working very, very diligently here. And some of you may have done a lot of research. You may have been looking on YouTube. You may have been trying to understand. I feel really strongly here that you may have been thrown into this process through some sort of connection with somebody. But you have set yourself on a path of self-discovery here. This energy is phenomenal. So I know I'm reading for a great deal of people here. This is just a real enlightenment, awakening, really understanding your purpose, really understanding yourself. And that is what self-love is. You know, sometimes when we tell people you've got to sort of, love yourself, they'll sort of go and immerse themselves in some baths and, maybe have a couple of massages. And self-love is not that. Self-love is really understanding who you are at the very core of you, really appreciating yourself, loving every part of yourself, and accepting that not all of you is, perfect. And I always say you're perfect the way you are, but you've got to accept that instead of trying to live up to the standards you were taught as a child, which is often perfection. I was listening to somebody else talking about it today, actually, and it was really cool. We forget sometimes how, in this day and where we are now, that we are a sole culmination of everything that we have been taught. And not all of that is yours. Perhaps much of it is not yours. So you now soul seeking to find yourself here. Very, very beautiful. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands coming through. I love it. All right, with the Hierophant. Oh, so beautiful. Such beautiful energy here. Finding your passion, finding your creativity, embracing your self-worth. There's a lovely feeling here that you've been standing strong for a long time, feeling that whatever it was, that was who you were. And maybe you've been resisting this change. You can't resist it any longer. It's bringing in this beautiful stability for you. But I do feel that you were fighting something or fighting against some sort of change here. But the problem is sometimes we don't realize what we have to change. So we tend to get stuck in this sort of worrying about what is it we need to change instead of letting go and just letting the path lead you where it needs to go. And yesterday mine came through speaking to a friend of mine and saying this is what is happening. And the amazing energy that came through when I started talking about it to someone else. Don't be afraid to voice your feelings. Sometimes talking to somebody or speaking it aloud is so clarifying. All right. We have the Ten of Swords coming through. There's the end of the cycle of negative thinking. Four of Cups, no longer accepting what isn't right for you. And standing in this beautiful King of Cups energy here. Now, some of you could have love coming through here because we do have the King of Cups here. So some of you could be dealing with somebody who's coming in here. But I feel for many of you, it's about you taking on this beautiful energy here. Because with the Four of Cups, I know you won't accept anything now that is not right for you. And maybe that's what you've done in the past. Maybe you've always set your sights on something thinking it was right for you. But if you're changing, then what you think was right for you years ago may not be right for you now. So it's about you understanding how much you've changed and how you now work with your new energy and your higher vibration. There's nothing wrong with low to high vibration. It's just where you are on your journey. Somebody described it to me once as when I was very early in my thinking about a career in this sort of work, so many years ago. And I remember this psychic saying to me, you know, most people operate as a 4-cylinder car. So 4-cylinder cars, pretty average for most people. And some people will start, once they've done their work, will start operating like a V6, which means they're starting to understand their spirituality. But some people are meant to operate a V8. And that's where you're aiming for. And I feel like some of you here understanding that change in your energy. What does that mean? By vibrating differently, then you get to a stage where you are able to manifest what you want, no matter what it is. So sometimes people have this idea that you're not meant to have material possessions, but you still need to have material possessions in order to do the work for spirit. So when people say that to you, trust your own gut on that one. Because when I asked Spirit many, many years ago, when I was just always happy to get back what I'd invested, Spirit said to me I was worth investing in. So remember that. If you are receiving what you need to do the work you're doing, then you are serving so many other people by being in that space yourself. And even if it's only role modeling or setting an example for others, teaching others, or leading others, then you are already vibrating where you need to be. So something here is teaching you how to self-love. That is what you're learning. All right, and for some of you, that self-love will bring you new love here. Definitely. But I feel like this is sort of something that's coming in as a result of your own self-love. All right, so I have the world coming through, which tells me you've completed a cycle. There is love here, and I strongly feel it's love of self. You are understanding here how to invest in yourself, and because of that, you are now co-creating with the divine. There is a feeling here you are stepping into your own power. Look, you're coming up as the King of Wands. I didn't even see that before. Look at that. Look at the imagery on that card. This is where you need to be. You need to be in this beautiful, fiery, passionate leadership energy. And that's where you're moving to with the 9 of Pentacles. What a beautiful reading. Absolutely stunning. All right. Let's pull an oracle card on that. I feel like I might want to read one from the Stacey DeMarco deck. I'm going to have a change of decks today, and especially because I've got this new one, because I need to crack that open and have a play with that. Love a new deck. All right. We'll read from this deck first. We have the light of the sun. See, something is being illuminated for you here. The sun card's coming out. Card 6. Oh, I've gone straight to the page too. I love it when they do that. Be grateful for what you have right now. Every day brings new possibilities and opportunities. Concentrate on building your vitality and health. Shine a strong light upon the dark corners. Honesty and transparency are vital at this time. Wow, it's not an exaggeration to say that without the sun, most of life would perish. This fiery star at the center of our solar system is also central to our survival. We orbit around the sun, and it is by far the most definitive and important source of elemental energy for our planet. Something is about to really shine a light on something for you here. This is quite interesting because the sun represents fire and the King of Wands was there as well. So I feel like there may be something here going to shine light here for you to move into this new energy, or comfortably move into the new energy. Perhaps you're in the process of discovering this at the moment. All right, we have the Queen of the Light. There you go. Look at that. And both cards are 6 this time. Both cards were 7 last time. Card 15. This is about illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. Wowee. Don't you love it? I can't believe it sometimes. The Queen of the Light is a beautiful ally and comes into your life to herald success in all of your ventures. She illuminates the most important steps on your path and reminds you of your own brilliance. You're intelligent and inspired, and all your needs will be met. Remember that you are the instrument of the divine shining through you in this world. You're on the correct path for your highest good. The Queen also brings you insight into how you manifest your reality in the most miraculous way. See manifestation. She promises that you'll be shown the next right action and celebrates you as you stand brilliant, joyful, and enlightened in the present time. You've worked hard to come this far. You can be proud to stand tall in your conviction that in your heart of hearts you know the truth of your situation. Rewards for your perseverance and willingness to learn are on their way. Gratitude and acceptance are key today. Both these cards talk about this sun, this light, this illumination. How powerful is that? I'll leave you with that. Thank you.